Hello, hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your October 2019 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Scorpio. And before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel, ring the bell if you would like to know when I post videos and give this delicious content to you all. And I also want to let you guys know that for the month of October, I have some exciting stuff going on, and I'm going to be doing a month of shadow on my Instagram and on my podcast. Follow me on Instagram at Onyx Healing, and you can also check out the podcast in the description box below. And I also have launched officially my Psychic Defense class if you're interested in like an Intuition 101, Intuitive Basics. You're welcome to check all of that out. And yeah, without further ado, let me lay this spread out and then we will get started. Okay, let's start with the oracle cards for you this month. First thing coming up is mindful. Slow down this month. I think that you're going to have an easier time in October if you slow down and just consciously move through each experience. So this is not going to be a good month to jump to conclusions, to rush your way through things. That's not going to work for you. So you're really going to have to slow down your pace and just be mindful of each and every step that you take. And then we have admit to what you feel greedy about. It will point to your most tender desire. Okay, so again, the mindfulness is the path to awareness. The mindfulness and slowing down around what you're feeling moment by moment is going to paint a picture of what you're going to be working with, what you want, what you need, what you're feeling, what you're still processing. It's going to help you shape everything else. So don't suffocate anything. Be curious, be mindful through all of this. And it's also going to be the type of thing where you don't want to judge yourself and instead just practice curiosity. The central energy for October is the Five of Stones. Okay, so this card is really highlighting, I almost have it, which can be kind of frustrating, right? And that's why you want to slow down, because you don't want to take 1 month as an indication that something isn't working or that it's not going to pan out. I think it's just that you're building a lot. And so from that standpoint, you might be feeling like, I'm working so hard, but it's not in my lap yet. Let's see what the crossing energy is for you. A Seven of Vessels, so you have a whole bunch of different options and directions to go and things to work on. And if you're scattering your energy a lot between a bunch of different things, because this kind of makes me think that you might actually be building multiple things at the same time. They can often take a while to grow and develop. So just take it easy if you feel like you've been scattering your energy, or if you have a whole bunch of things that you're working on, give it time. And the more scattered your energy, the slower it's going to be. The more focused your energy, the faster that individual thing is going to grow. So don't take it as, I'm not getting that thing. It's just dependent on energetic allocation. What you have moving out is the Hermit. So you are likely coming into a space where you're a bit more public, a little bit more vibrant in the way that you're showing up in the world. Maybe you are spending a bit more time socializing or being around people, or there's just more activity. The Hermit is stillness and quiet within yourself. And so I see this as evolving for you, and you're expanding out of that. So let's see what's oncoming for you. Eight of Branches. So, okay, don't worry about that Five of Stones because you have the Eight of Wands. on the oncoming. And this is rapid growth, fast pace, fast movement. The Hermit is slow, steady, introspective. So you really do have a change in pace. I think that October might be where a few things are clicking into place, and then once towards the end of the year, like November, December, it's going to be taking off in some direction. So you have fast pace in the oncoming position, but you're going to have to get your energy set, locked, and loaded in October. That's what this right here is telling you to do. Make sure you're taking really good care of your habits and where you want your energy to go. Nail all of that down, and then you're going to be ready for the oncoming energy. Let's look at your material world in October. Queen of Branches, so it does take you showing up in a big way. What I mean by that is allowing yourself to be seen, allowing yourself to express everything that you want and need. That's going to be an important part of this equation. So the Queen of Branches is not afraid to be her big, bold self. And I think that if you allow yourself to be seen in the same light and kind of use this as a model, you're going to have more opportunities come your way. So don't allow yourself to kind of shrink out of fear. It's something where you want to allow yourself to be bigger and bolder. So that Hermit is really shifting out, and you're moving forward at a fast pace. That's what this is all setting you up for. And so it's kind of like, if you want that job, apply for it. Allow yourself to be seen. You know, if you want to get into that school, make sure that you allow yourself to be seen, allow yourself to shine. And then the connections that you have in your space, we have the Mage of Arrows. I believe this is equivalent to the Page of Swords. And what I see from this is just exploration. If you need someone in your space, if you need a specific type of person, then you're going to want to manifest it and start exploring the connections that you have around you so that person can make an appearance. To clarify, we have the Five of Wands. So you might feel like, oh, I don't know if I have the right people or the right availability, or there's some limiting beliefs coming up around that, which is normal. I think it's just about continuing to pursue. Do you need a practitioner? Do you need a supporter? Do you need somebody to help you attain those goals? Whatever the case may be, allow yourself to pursue it. And remember that the more you let people know, hey, this is what I need, this is what I'm looking for, around connections and materials like jobs, if you need money, if you need a new home, like, you want to speak up and be vocal about it. Allow yourself to show others what you're looking for, and then also explore new connections. That's going to be a good choice for you this month. Now, what's growing and evolving for you? We have the Moon. In part, this is your intuition. I'm also going to clarify this. And I think this is more of an accepting of the unknown, which might be really frustrating if you want to see how everything is going to work and where everything is going to happen and how it's going to pan out. So to clarify the Moon, we have the Queen of Coins. Yep. So it's okay if you can't see it immediately. It's the unwavering faith in what you've already created intuitively, in that blueprint in the astral. And from this space, it looks like you're able to manifest a lot better. You're able to be open to a lot of new opportunities that come into your space. All of that is really getting amplified by the Moon, or by the unknown. All of the good stuff lives beyond comfort. It lives beyond the space that you're used to. And that's what's shining through with this reading so far. And this position, it's like you're learning to trust in the unknown more and more and more. Even if you're like, what? I don't trust the unknown. I think it's scary and dangerous out there. The point is that it's relative to where you were previously. Now, I think you're starting to see some things come your way that are giving you more evidence that when you step into that uncharted territory, things grow pretty rapidly. And then in the advice area, we have the King of Arrows. So this is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is just telling you to do the unconventional thing. It's like, even if it doesn't make sense to other people, that doesn't really matter. Because at the end of the day, your ability to kind of move into that space of, it's unconventional, but I'm doing it anyway, that's your intuition. Those hits of inspiration are the very thing that will help you evolve and help you get to that next level. So trust yourself on this. Trust the unconventional, or that I'm just going to try this thing and see if it works. That's going to be a good approach for you this month, and it's going to help everything else. So similar to this intuitive way of expanding into the unknown, you kind of have to do things you've never done before, and that's what the King of Swords is really good at doing. Let's get into the timelines of the first, second, third, and fourth quarter of the month. So starting off the month of October, we have the Ace of Stones. So maybe you've launched something new, like put out a resume or applied to a school or started a side project or initiated something. It's about starting something new. It could even be a new hobby. Think about this as something that's in the material world, because we're talking about stones. So while it may not be something that necessarily takes physical form, it's something that you're doing physically. Quarter two, we have the Five of Stones, same card that we had here in the center. And I think this is about your environment, the material world, rearranging in order to support the things that you're intending to have happen and what you are growing into. Nothing to fear. It's just like, if you start something, it's going to take some time for things to rearrange and for the dust to settle. And then from that space, you're going to expand from there. So that looks good. And then quarter three, we have the Fool. A new approach. It's kind of like a mini reset button in the middle of the month. I think you're getting the feel for what you actually want to do, or maybe you're exercising mindfulness in some capacity, which is helping you fine-tune your internal compass, and you might realize that you need to do something that is fresh and different and that you haven't done previously. I think it's an evolution that you have going on here. It looks like you're redirecting your energy a little bit and you're pivoting. So keep your eyes peeled for that around the middle of the month, or towards late October, that you might be redistributing some energy. There might be a new focus. You may have identified something that you have to actively adjust in the material, and so you're putting your energy towards that. Wrapping up the month, we have the Wanderer of Knives. This is equivalent to the Page of Swords, and you're going to have to try the thing. Try it out. See what happens. Just don't worry about the outcome as much as the attempt. The attempt is worth it. The attempt is what's going to give you clarity. If you don't do that, then you're going to be kind of stuck in the land of, I don't know. You're going to get stuck in your head if you don't just take action and make the attempt. Okay, I am going to clarify or pull a 3-card pick. You're welcome to ask a question, ask for clarity, ask for insight. Maybe you've got something specific in mind. If you need more time, please pause the video. Otherwise, let's go with card number 1. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. It takes work. It takes effort. You need to kind of put your nose to the grindstone and just do the damn thing. It's going to be worthwhile if you just pursue it, make it happen, keep going, keep putting effort into the thing. Okay, unless it's something that is not making you feel good, outside of that, it's worth your effort and energy. You kind of need to be patient with it. That web wasn't built overnight. Card number 2, we have Judgment. You're emerging out of maybe a dark period or some frustrating, sticky situations, or something that has really been preventing you from branching out and expanding. And so I see this as expansion beyond what you've realized before. And so the Judgment card is just about your evolution and expansion. And I think you're really seeing clearly what it is that you want, need, and desire. And so you're stepping into full fulfillment of that in the month of October, or in the situation that you're asking about. So this is like you're on the up and up, you're expanding into that new space, that area that's going to be ideal for you long term. Card number 3, we have the Ace of Wands. Energy is required. So this could be apply your energy, or you need to refill your tank and cultivate energy. So which is it for you? It might be just sticking your key in the ignition and turning on the car. That might be the very thing that's going to help support you. Otherwise, the Ace of Wands is saying you need to stir up that energy and then give it to something. If you have a lot of energy, make sure it's going in some area that you actually want it to go. You're not just squandering it away. So use your energy wisely. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure. I appreciate you more than you could possibly know. And don't forget, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, you know I'm always available to you. So you can go to onyxhealing.com to check out how to do that. Don't forget to take a look at the meditations that I have available. All of the proceeds go to some nonprofits that I've picked out. And if you'd like to take Psychic Defense, the link is in the description box. All of the decks that I've used today are in the description box. And I can't wait to see you on Instagram if you head over to Onyx Healing, and we'll be doing a month of shadow and all sorts of good stuff when it comes to that. So all of the links to everything I've mentioned, like the podcast and the meditations and Psychic Defense, everything is in the description box. And I will see you next time. Have a beautiful October, everybody. Bye-bye.